Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then hi! I have a new mould. Can you see it? It can be a bit tricky to see, but it's a cat. Meow. And it's gorgeous. Yes, I'm using my trusty Pringle pan. Pringle pan. Oh dear. I should really have started that again, but I'm sure you'll find it amusing. And I'm using the casting powder from Temu. I really like this one. Really like it. I would say it's definitely on par with GERTCREATES. Yeah, definitely. Like I said before, though, I think it is the same stuff, they've just repackaged. And I have no idea how much this takes. And I still have no idea how much this takes, even though I've done it. Because I forgot. And I really should have written it on the blooming thing, but no. Because I can see me doing a lot more of these cats. They are gorgeous. And when I say gorgeous, I mean, oh my god, it's so cute. Yeah. I've had a bit of fun with this one. I made it and I've left it about a week for it to properly cure and for me to remember that I'm supposed to be painting it. And I'm making my mixture a little thinner than I usually do, because like I said, I have no idea how much this takes. I also fill up what I think is something else and a guitar. I don't remember if I actually show you the guitar. It was actually for the music collab, and well, I changed my mind and I went with something else, and that something else is done and hanging up on the wall. I'm running out of wall space. One of these days I will get round to sticking some photos up on eBay and just try and sell the blooming things. But it's just not as much fun as creating it as sticking it on a selling site, especially when you haven't really got a clue what you're doing. What I need to do is be able to know what I'm doing and make my own, but nah. Old dogs don't learn new tricks, especially when you've got a memory like mine. Anyway, there is a lot of little dimples, umps and hollers in this one. And I keep finding little bits in the bottom of there. I don't know where it's from. But yeah, this is quite runny. But like I said, I'll leave it for quite some time. And there is a little bit floating around in there. I think I must have dropped something in the actual mould and not realised. But you can't see it. It's in the actual powder now. It's in the mix. So I'm squeezing this to coat the fine lines, because there's a lot of fur. Well, it's a cat, so it's got to be furry. And I do think this is a little wobbly, but it was okay. What I did was I got it up on my table and put some things around it just to make sure. Now, it's cured, but the bottom still feels a little bit damp. I've left it for longer than usual, because I think it was Tracy at Minisyn said, if your things are breaking, leave them in the moulds longer. I think it was Tracy. Actually, it could have been quite a few people that said the same thing, because we all had this thing about toes on frogs. Toes on frogs are a nightmare. For this stuff anyway. But I've never had any issue with anything else, but I thought I'd try it anyway. And look at that. That's so darn cute. There's not a bubble in sight. It feels beautiful. And it's like, look at her face. Do you want to just kiss it? I want to kiss her face. It's so cute. I have an idea for him. And I'm going to paint it. I'm also going to add a couple of other bits. And it was the pentagram on his collar that made me think, oh, going to do with this? So, it is going to get a hat. It is also going to get a magic wand. And the eyes, I am going to do them jet black. Now, if any of you have got cats, you know that when they're in naughty mode, their eyes go black like saucers. And then off they go like lunatics. So I thought that would be quite nice. Plus it also goes with the kind of witchy themed pentagram type of thing. And I'm pulling this off here and I'm thinking, it's got feet. What the blinking hell is this and what have I ordered? Now, I'm still looking at it while I'm pulling this off, thinking, oh my god, the head's going to go. What is it? What is this? It's a chicken. Look at him. He's so stupid looking. I love him. He's got a couple of little bubbles in the top of his beak, but they can easily get filed down to make it pointy again. But just look at that face. He is the most idiotic thing I've ever seen, and I love him. I think he's brilliant. I don't paint him for this one because I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to do him normal colours or make him even more silly. So yeah, I'm going to leave that one for now. So to paint him, I'm using watercolours. Now, I watched Cobnuts and yeah, her name will be in the description. A channel, sorry, not her name. Well, her name as well. Use watercolours on some. Did she use aquacast? That's something I've never tried. I think it was aquacast. I can't remember now. And you'd think I'd go back and actually watch it again just to refresh myself. Well, I did. Do I still remember it? No. But yeah, she used watercolours, and I thought, let's see. Now I was wondering, is it going to soak into the actual casting powders? And yes, it does. But I like that effect. Now, right now he's looking very dirty. It looks like I'm putting my eyebrows on. So I'm working sort of backwards. You're supposed to go light to dark. I'm sort of going dark to light, which is fine. It works. And I must admit, I sat here just painting away. In fact, I was in Nerdy's chat while I was doing it, and I just couldn't tear myself away from painting. It was just... that's it. That was what it was, a big sigh. Just very enjoyable. I really got into watercolours. They are so nice. And I've got some cheap ones now from the range. £2.50 I think for about 10 or 12. And you barely use it. Once it's dried, you can reuse it. So that's going to last me a very long time. Now, like I said, this is looking ridiculous, and it will look ridiculous until I'm done. This is me putting in my textures, my shading, and quite honestly, as soon as I started it, I had no plan on colouring, because my idea was to do like watercolour splats in different colours, make it all nice and rainbowy and pretty, but then I got the silver on my paintbrush and I just carried on and on. And I'm like, this isn't what I had in my head. And you'll have to excuse the state of my hands, I've got paint on me everywhere. So I've got these metallic, what are they called? Them things. Yeah, watercolour pans, there we go. And the little one was a freebie. But I do like these. I want some more, not metallic. I want your bog standard colours, but more than just your red, yellow, green, blue type things. I want different shades. So I am looking for some more, because these are easy to put away as well, because they're just in a little plastic container. And I suppose once these pans are empty, I can use these for something else. I'll even be able to use them as brick moulds. Although The only one that seems to be going down really well is this colour and the black. I think it's because I use it more often than any others. They are just beautiful colours. And I'm going in with barely any water to start with, and then I go in again with some more water. So yeah, it does soak up, but the darker hits the sticky out bits of the fur, and then the lighter bit where it goes back from the fur gets the water hit. So it's like killing two birds with one stone. It's brilliant. So yeah, and it doesn't matter how dark I go with the actual first coat, I can thin it down as much as I want. And because I haven't sealed it yet, it doesn't matter. I can still keep going and going and going. And eventually it'll look how I want it to. Now, I haven't actually sealed him yet because I will be putting UV on his eyes and his nose and a bit on his lip, just to get it. You couldn't see me then, but I just touched my lip just to say I'm putting it on his lip. But you probably heard me. It sounded a little bit strange. But I don't know whether to actually finish him off with gloss, some sort of sealer. I have got pottery sealer, but I think I like him as he is. I don't know. Unless I try it in little bits, in little areas, like inside his ears, and I don't know, I quite like him. But anyway, this cat is called Magic Cat, and he's going to be a magician. He's going to have a top hat, some cards, and he's going to have a magic wand. And this magic wand, all I do is make a rolled piece of paper, stick it together, and then put two small circles on the end. And you have to excuse me, I keep hitting the camera. I still haven't got this angle thing right, you know. I put two sticky circles on the end, and then paint the middle of it black, like an old school magic wand. You know, the kind like Paul Daniels used to use. Not a lot. Do you like it? And if you don't know who Paul Daniels is, then you're probably American, so I apologise. So I shall say, oh God, magicians. Oh, Penn and Teller, they never used a magic wand. I'm sure they didn't. Anyway, they're more comedy than anything. You know, I can't remember. Nope, sorry. I can't think of an American magician. But we all know what a magician is in our heads. You know, there's those old boxes that you used to get the magic tricks in. You'd get the egg cup and ball inside it, disappear the ball, and you get the card tricks and you get the magic wand. Well, it's that kind of magic wand. The ones out of those boxes. I'm sure we all had one when we were a kid, or somebody we knew had one. I used to like the egg one, not because it was an actual magic trick, but because it was a small egg cup. I like small things, so you know. I can't help it. I like tiny stuff. This cat, you're looking at him, it's like, oh, it's adorable. But you can see now that, oh, excuse me, as I'm building up, it's starting to get more realness in his face. I mean, you'd think I use a picture as a reference or a cat as a reference that I've got in my own house, but I just went with it. I really enjoyed painting him. Him. No, I think it's a him. Yeah. It's just a very cute him. And I've never had a silver cat. Or a grey one, for that matter. Because I was originally going to do him just jet black and do him with red eyes. That may come next. Because I want one that's a bit naughty looking. Because I've got a couple of naughty looking cats. I've got a really large Mardy one, but yeah, got two very pretty ones. They're so cute, naughty. Now I'm going around the collar with it's like a bronze, and I have to go around it a few times because I keep putting my fingers on it, not thinking, because I'm just carried away with myself. So I'm taking the paint off my fingers. But luckily, I wasn't transferring it all over the cat. So that's a good thing, it's a bonus. But I noticed that the collar wasn't as soaky-inny as the rest of it. I don't know if it's because most of it was smooth or what, or it was the difference in paint. But yeah, it sort of stuck out a bit. I might actually, saying that, put some sealer on the collar just to make sure there's no more transfer. Because it's metallic ink, metallic watercolours, it does kind of sort of sit on top of the things you're painting, so you can actually rub it off onto your fingers. So I'm still going around with the bronze colour, and so far I'm liking it. I really am. The face is cute, the fur looks cute. I'm really enjoying painting it. Now, his eyes look very flat at the minute, and I will put in some life dots, and I've also decided it's just not black enough for me. It needs to be a little bit darker, so I'm using acrylic paint just to do his eyes. Excuse me. And I think that makes him stand out a lot more, because right now it looks like the same colour as his fur. So I'm going in with the black, and what I'll do is I'll put the light dots in. I'm going to put some resin over the eyes too, so it looks really nice and shiny. And I'll put a little dot of resin on his nose and a little dot of resin on his top lip, like I said before. And I'm not sure whether to resin the charm around his neck too, so that stands out. I might just gloss him like I do the rest of the collar. But I'm still putting on quite a little bit of detail, and I really am sorry I keep catching you. You must think you like trampoline. It's these brushes, the Temus, but they are awesome. I mean, they look thick, but it paints so fine. They're calligraphy paintbrushes, but I am really loving them with this watercolour. And at first I thought that was too dark, and then I dabbed it and thought, oh no, I quite like it now. And I'm just putting a little bit of black on his nose, not too much, just enough, just to give a hint that it's a two-tone nose, not a fully black or fully pink. And I'm going in the little spaces, the pentagram, there we go, pentagram, just to make that gold stand out just that little bit more. And that did pick up a treat. And I go over the eyes again just to make sure that they're all nice and dark. And I'm just going to go inside the ears just to make that more shaded, so it looks like the ears are actually in. So yeah, don't forget to check out the subscription box, that means the description box, for discounts. And there's his hat. And I'm going to glue that on. I think I'm going to glue that on. I love these rings, it's so cute. I'll take some photos, and I shall see you next time. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to tick the like button, and subscribe if you haven't already, if you like what I'm doing. And I shall see you all soon. Bye bye. Unicorn with a blackened wing. Happy she dances under moonlit nights, creating beauty.